Hello, my name's Rick Stewart, and thanks for taking a minute to look at this quick video. I wanted to go over what we can offer to you as a sales rep group to have your own fully functioning website that you don't have to have anything off-site. You don't have to have your ordering off-site, and I know that it's complicated because we have built this for ourselves, but it's the issue of carrying multiple lines. You know, if you have 10 or 15 or 20, or some people have 50, or whatever number of lines you have, each one of those lines, if you were to set up a website, as you know, if you're going to have it be an active website where they can actually order, it has to be by line, because of course you're representing many lines and people have to make their orders by lines and they have to be able to see the products by lines. And so that is what we have done here. We've set this up. So this basically is built for sales reps, right? It's built so that a sales rep group, like we basically are a sales rep group, buy here, buy there, and I've made the software so that it's available for others to use. So we've built it now so that not just do we have it for running our own site, it can run many sites. It's the same software, and remember that with websites, the software is what you don't see. What you actually see are just images that we've placed in there that make our website unique. But your website would not look the same as this because you're carrying different lines. You have a different logo. You have the color that's up here, all of the email, the times, even if you want to change instead of categories, sections, and all vendors, you can change those names. Everything in here is basically changeable. The slides that you're seeing going across the page here, those are according to the vendors that you have that make, the information that's on the front of the website is all changeable in the back end in the admin, so that each website, even though it's using the same software, will have the completely different look to the website because of the images you've chosen and who you're featuring, how you stagger what you want to show on the front of the website. But the basic model that is so important for a sales rep group is the ability to take orders, multiple purchase orders from qualified retail buyers. And again, this is not a site that is open to the public, so people have to you have to register in order to see the pricing and to come into the website. And we allow this to be your choice of how you do this. We have chosen to not allow people to see all of our lines or see the products, all the products, or see all the vendors unless they've actually registered. You can have that be open so that all your vendors can be seen without pricing, if that is your choice. I prefer to have people register so we know who they are, and then we have their information. So the registration process is important. And if they're going to ever buy from you, they have to be registered anyway in order to see prices, because they are wholesale pricing. So once someone registers here, then of course they can just come in and log in as you would at any other website. And if you need to recover their username or password, that is here, and it works very well. So once someone comes in, registers, fills out the form and registers, then you have the choice of approving them, and I'll show you that in a minute, the back end of the website. So you can then decide, am I going to approve that buyer? Because sometimes people come on and try to register that they are not wholesale buyers, they're just whoever. It doesn't happen that often, but if it happens, of course, they don't have access until you give them access, because you have complete control of that. I just want to quickly show you here. So this is the home page for our website, the main page. And if someone comes along and they want to see the categories, to me, categories, as I'm going through explaining how we've laid it out, you can call them whatever you want. I call them categories. So that would be Christmas, Easter, pets, Christian, Halloween, more of a grouping of products, because I've set the website up so that people can see either by category, which is what I've just described, by sections, which I consider to be or you can call product. So that would be, the sections to me have things like flags or art or baskets or garlands or signs or rugs by product, actual product type. So these two sections, the categories and the sections, allow people to come in and look at, say, signs. You may have 6 or 8 lines or 2 lines that carry signs. But if they want to see signs and they don't know which vendor that they want to look at for the signs, but they just want to see what you have, they can go in through signs. If they want to see what Christmas products you have, they can go in here in categories. They can go in categories and see what Christmas, because once you click on this, it will take you to that once you're logged in. Down below on the front page, before someone registers, they can still see I've put 4 different brands that I've shown on the front of the site here under featured brands. Under closeouts, for people that are having sales or closeouts, I have a few vendors as there. And then I have featured categories. And then I have featured sections. So this is the main, and down at the bottom here, you can put whatever you want. You can put your sales reps with their phone numbers. There's pages you can set up for anything you want here. You can have multiple different pages of information here. Your social media links are here, and your information for your business goes there. So remember, this is all able to be changed according, even the look. If I did this for your website, for your business, it wouldn't look anything like this. You have different vendors. You're going to choose different images. You're going to choose different setup. You can not have the closeouts and sales if you don't want it. You can have just categories if you want. You can change out the names of the categories. Nothing is fixed. It's all determined by what your needs are and what you'd like to see on the site. If I were to click on all vendors here, it brings up, thanks for your interest in our vendors. Please log in or register to access the full website. Because I want people to actually register on the site, so we know that who they are and that they're registered, and also so that they are using us to come through. If they're going to order online, that they are ordering through us. So if someone goes to register, as I said, you approve them. You decide to give them access or not give them access. If you need to have for every one of them a copy of their tax ID before you approve them, you can approach that customer because you'll have their phone number and get. Sometimes the ability is here for them to actually add it in the registration process, but only probably 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 actually add it on. You actually pretty much have to go out and ask for it if you want to have that record. Some vendors want it, some vendors do not, of course, want the copy of that certificate, so it's always good to get it anyway for those that want it. So again, the password recovery, all that I think I've gone through here, the front of the website. So just again, like I said, this is set up with your colors, your scheme, whatever it's going to look like. It's going to look completely different for your site versus ours. It'll still look nice, but it'll just be yours. I'm going to log in here. Once the login has been done, you'll see that I have some things here in my cart. The cart will show up, and I'll talk about that in a second. The sliders still stay at the top of the page, but from here on down, the vendors, then all your lines will show up here. So if someone wants to click in here and come in and look at DNS Designs, then DNS Designs page within your website will show up. And the categories and the sections that are set up here are only for DNS Designs. So when once you've left that home page, if someone wants to come in here and they want to do a search, or they want to look at the categories, or they want to look at the sections, it's only for this vendor. And from here on in, if they're ordering or checking anything out, they are only seeing products for this vendor in this part of the website. So again, you can have a main heading picture like I have here. You can have featured categories. And if they want to see all the categories, they just click here. These are just 3 that we've chosen, and you can set it up in whichever way you like. And this can be set up for spring. A lot of this we already have set up for spring, but this could be for Christmas or what have you, whatever your needs are. How, some people like to have it set up for the season that's coming up, and some would prefer to have it for immediate buyers right now. So you can have feature sections. If you want to have a sale, that can be put in there. You want to add whatever, it's all by one company. So we're dealing with just D&S Designs. Whether it's jewelry, whether it's clothing, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You'll have their logo. You have a write-up about the company. You have their terms and conditions here. So if they want to find out what the minimum order is for that company or the turnaround time, that type of thing, it's all there for them. So that's one company. If I were to be ordering from this company, so I come down here and let's just go into Everyday Decor. And you can order right off this thumbnail view if that's your choice. You can add to the cart. You can increase the quantity. You can look at a quick view, which just gives a quick view of that product, and order from there. Or you can actually go into the main view, which has the larger image there. There's more detail if the person wants to know about the price changes and stuff by ordering. So if you were to order the 24, then the price will drop to $3.50. And so let's just add that to the cart. So now that that's processed and is added to the cart, it probably isn't. Now you're going to see that there's 4 carts, or it says, you might think it's 4 products, but it's not. There's actually 4 carts here. So there's the D&S Designs, the one we just added. You'll see that there's a little statement that shows here your order is only $24 and the minimum is $100. So they can continue shopping here, which take right back to D&S Designs, and they can continue to add to their cart in order to check it out. So if I go back to D&S Designs and I go in here into lamps and lighting, and I choose, let's say I get 8 of those, add to the cart. I come back in here, look at the D&S Designs. See that notice is not there anymore, because now we have enough in the cart, $167, which fills the minimum order of $100 for that vendor. When I go to check this out, I can then add if I need to change anything in terms of, generally you don't, because whatever you've registered as you've changed, but you can go in, any customer can go in and change their details if they want at any time. Their shipping address is generally what they've already put down when they registered, but you can just, if it's the same, they can change here whatever they want. They can add comments about back orders or how the shipping or when they want it, if that's what they prefer to put that in there. They can add their credit card here. And remember that when they add their credit card, as this is a wholesale order, they aren't going to be charged on their credit card. The card isn't charged, as it says right here. It won't be charged until the goods are ready to be shipped. And but you need to be able to submit this order once the order is finished. You, as a sales rep group, need to be able to send this order in to the vendor and have all the information about what's being ordered and the quantity and size, if that's important, whatever they need to have for that order, plus the credit card information and the shipping information is all there. So once the order is processed, you don't have to go back. The order is ready to go as a perfect purchase order to go off to your vendor, and they can then take it from there and ship the products. But if they are done here and they've added their credit card information, or they put it in on a now for this vendor, they only take by credit card. If they, in the back end, if they had been a vendor that took account, it would show here by account and by card, and they could choose either one. Or this vendor only has by card. And so once they choose that, So each of these vendors, if I wanted to come here to Capital Earth Rugs, again, there's not enough in the cart to make it an order yet. And I can delete products from this order. So if I want to delete that product, and you go, yes, I want to delete it, then that is gone. And that cart is gone because that product is gone. So if I come in here to the Bright Ideas and I go, yeah, I want to check out that order. I have enough in the order to check it out. Again, like I was saying, this company does allow by account or by card. And so if you check by account, and then you can they can put their account number in there. But if they're going to pay by card, then the card number goes in there. Either way, the information is given to your vendor, all that they need in order to process the order from you. And the order, when it comes, as I said, it comes as an email. The customer gets a copy of the order. Once they check out, if I were to go through and finish the checkout here, I could actually print the order right there. I will also get a copy sent to myself because I'm ordering. I would get a copy sent to me. But a copy of the order will go to you. And in the order copy that comes to you will be this PDF, a PDF that is password protected of the order. And it'll have the credit card information and that type of thing on it. But you have to have the password to open up the PDF. We've set this up so that once the order goes through and the customer gets their copy, they can also print a copy as soon as they finish this order. If I were to finish this off, I could print a copy. I'd have a copy sent to me without the credit card information for my records. But a copy will go to you as the sales rep group. And in that copy that you get, that email, will be a copy of the order. You can't access it without a password. The password is in the admin of the website once you have it. And if you want all the orders to come to you from every vendor, you can have them all come to you and you can open them and have the password. Or you can set it up so that the emails go directly to the vendor that you're selling for, and then you give them a password and they can open up the PDF from their end. Either way, you can open it up and send it to them, or you can have it go directly to them, and that is your choice. So again, the benefit of this is, I think as you can see, and I know that there are some sales rep groups that are using sort of outside places to have the orders go. So once someone is on your website, they can click on and say, yeah, I want to order, and they go off your website to another website to place that order. But again, you don't have the control, and you are only paid on orders you get, and it's very hard to push orders through like when it's your own website. Here, if I come in and I'm in Ohio and someone is in Arizona and they come online and they place an order, that order is on your website. That's up to you and your vendor that you're selling for as to if you get paid on that. But generally speaking, if it's on your order and they place the order with you, then the order will be yours. And that's something you'd have to work out with each of your vendors. But basically, you're keeping the sales for everything within your own website, and which makes it really nice. Of course, you need to have the website updated every couple of months, or at least every 6 months as the seasons change. You have to take out the products that aren't being offered anymore and put in the new products that the suppliers are bringing on for the next 6 months or next year, depending on the line. Some vendors, you're going to have to update their products probably once a month in order to keep your products up to date. But for most lines, that you don't have to do that. And of course, since you're sales reps, if there is an issue with one product that someone orders, you can contact that person that ordered and give them some options, or let them know that product's not available. Would you like to add such and such, or what have you? But the point is that the order comes in through you. The order's not going onto your vendor's website, and the order's not being made through an alternative website. The order's being made directly with you, and you have complete control over the order and the customer, and they become your customer because they're ordering on your website from you. I hope that helps with the front end of the website of what you actually see, and that helps to understand that all of these vendors that you're looking at, you can have as many, you can have 3 lines, 10 lines, 15 lines, 20 lines. You can show your catalogs for each line. Everything is there available for you to put up. You'll find that the catalogs aren't as important online once you have all the products online. People would prefer to actually order from, I mean, there's no problem putting up the catalog, of course. The catalogs can all be added here, no problem. But people, once the product is actually all there, it's easier for them just to order the product right from the website itself. So that gives you a quick rundown of the beauty of that for your business as a rep group, and the ability to make some really good sales online from your customers, and to use it for your customers and to keep control of your customers. I'm going to now go on and show you the back end of the website so that you can get a better idea of what you'd see on if you were to take on this for your website, this software that we have. And we'd help you to build that, of course, and get this all set up at the beginning so that you don't have to do that. But once it's up and running, you have the choice to have us continue to maintain the website for you so it's up to date, or you can do it yourself. This is the back end of the website. These are just people that have registered on our website. I've got this covered up here just so you know a little bit of privacy, so I can try to show you this. But here, these are the things that you can choose to. These are links through. Every time I click on one of these, it's going to allow me to go to a different part of the back end to set up products. But I've got set up here with 4 different things that I can show you quickly. Anything here, it's going to show the name of the store, the person's name, what town they're from, when they registered, if they're approved. And this feature here is for each one of these that shows that little black icon. These retail stores have actually uploaded their paperwork for their tax ID onto when they registered, so that you have it. So every time they order, that is attached to the order as so the order goes, and you get a copy of a PDF of the tax ID, so you don't have to keep submitting it each time. If you want to view that person's information, you just click here. If you want to delete that person, you of course do it there. Sometimes you're going to end up deleting a few. Sometimes you'll get someone that tries to register who is just a general public kind of person that doesn't have a store and doesn't have a tax ID, and you don't, of course, want them to have access to the website. And you would just come over here and just click delete, and they would be gone. But the approval process is set up. You can do it in one way or the other. This is set up for a 2-step process. And that is for those that want to use it, because some people would prefer to. It's good to give the people access quickly to the website so they can see once you know they're a retailer and you're comfortable approving them, great, approve them. But if you do just the 1 step, like clicking here, they'll have access. They can put products in their carts. They can do all of that. They just cannot check out an order. They won't be able to check out an order until they've given you a copy of the tax ID. And once you have it, then you can come in here and click approve full, and then they can from then on just continue to order from you because you've got their tax ID. If you're comfortable just going and getting the tax ID after the order, which is what we do, we just go and approve, do the double approve, and they are approved to use the website. They can place their orders. You'll just have to make sure you have a copy of the tax ID for the vendors that require that. So that is that. The next thing I wanted to show you was the orders. So each day you're probably going to go on and check the people that are users and make sure to see if there's someone new has registered. And you also get a copy of every registration anyway, but if you want to go on, you're going to be doing that and approving people. So that's the main thing you're going to be using the back end of the website for. The second thing is, of course, if you want to review orders that have been taken. And so these are back a little while ago, but basically there's a listing of all the orders. Every order that's made on the website is there, and you can print it off, and you can do what you do if you need it, if you need another copy sent out. But you cannot access from the back end the credit card information. It's not here. You can't. It's not there for people to grab. So in case someone hacked into the back end of your admin for whatever reason, it hasn't happened to us, but if that happened, they can't access the credit card information, which is really the most important thing to keep safe. The credit card information is on the PDF order that is sent out in the email, and you can generate another email and it'll again send it, but that's the only way of getting at that information. So here's the information of the store, who they ordered from, the date of the order, the amount of the order, and whatnot. I was explaining to you in the other section that the sliders that are on the front of the page, this is one of the sliders, the first slider that you see, then the second slider you see, and so forth. And then so this is how you would set up the back end of the website. Now, we do this, we're quite comfortable doing it for you, and we will set up your website for you to get you going. It's really too much work to try to train, show you. It's much easier for us just to get you going. Then if you really want to take over doing everything, you can, and we'll show you how to do that. Or we will continue to maintain the site for you if that's really depends on your needs and what you'd like to have done. So you can add a heading here to this, a little box that'll pop up and show, let's say 20% off on DNS wholesale today or this week or whatever. You can put that there and have a little description. That'll show whatever you write in here or here would show up on that box. In here is where you would put the link of where that page is. So if I were to click on this, and let's say this was DNS's slider, someone clicks on that on the front of the website, it's going to take them to wherever you have put. So if I'm going to put the DNS information here from their part of our website, not the DNS's own website, my own website, but they're part of within my own website, so that person is interested in their products, they'll go immediately to that part of the website. So those are the sliders, and you can make as many as you want. You can have, I've got 5 here. You could have 10, you can have 15, you can have as many as you feel you'd want to have there. Those little advertisements that I showed you on the front of the page, you can add more. You can put whatever you want in there. You can move things up or down, whichever one you want to feature. So you can add the picture for that line that you want to have on as featured. So if I say I don't want to have these ones here now, I can move them down here, and I can move them or I can bring someone up from way down here, and I can bring up Cheerful Giver closeouts, and if I want to bring that up here, and I can take this fellow here and move him down here. So now on the front of the website, when I looked at it again, you're going to see these are going to be the vendors that are going to show up in the sale and closeout area. All right, so that helps. So you do the same thing here for categories, for the sections. So you can rearrange how the front of the website looks and what is visible there. And remember, I mentioned here's made in the US, that block that was at the bottom of the page. If I was going to have a sale or whatever I wanted to do, I can add a new block. So if I click here and go add new block, I can choose what it is, add in the information, and then that new block would show up underneath this one. One will show on this side of the page, the next one shows on this side of the page, the next one shows on this side. So you could have 3, 4, 5 different blocks down that will show at the bottom of your page. Down at the bottom here, those are the blocks I was just talking about. If I added another block, it would show up right here as another block. And then if I showed another one, it would be there. All that other information, your social media links, your pages of information you want to display for your people that are like facts or questions or detail, all that type of thing is all in this, setting it up either here, which is in the header and footers, and then there's the homepage settings. The users, of course, we just looked at, which was over here, which I showed you was the users to approve. You can manage the orders, which was this tab we looked at before. The trade shows, if you have trade shows you're in, you can put the dates and put pictures in of the shows or what have you there. Those are for your categories and your sections that show up on your main page. Your vendor detail, I'm just going to quickly show you that. So I'm looking at just one vendor here, which is a Cheerful Giver. So each vendor is separate, of course, as you know. And so each one has their own terms and conditions. Each one has their own minimum quantity. not per item, but minimum quantity order value for an order to be processed, or they have to have certain details or whatever you want to put about shipping, or whatever you want to put about they have 20% off this week, or each one is set up so you can choose each vendor or each product line that you carry and put in their basic details. So a picture of the main picture you want to use for that vendor, and you can change it out, that's not a problem. You put down their vendor information, their logo, that write up about the vendor like I showed you for DNS. The write up you can get from your vendor, from your product line, or you can make it up yourself. In the checkout, I won't open that because it has their password. The shipping details. In the checkout, you're going to put the minimum order, if it's $200 for that vendor, any details on that you want to put about how long the shipping dates, that's all in the checkout section, but I can't open it because it has the password for that vendor. Here's where you can check out if someone's offering free shipping, you check that and it'll show as free shipping. Or you can put, if sometimes some vendors will actually give you a calculation of the shipping, that goes there. You can put comments about anything to do with your shipping and also the pricing of the shipping and how it works. That's in the shipping details. Of course, you're not going to know the shipping amount before when someone places the order. So if they order a $500 order, you're not going to know if only $300 or $200 is shipped of the order, but you can put whatever details you want about that. And if someone is going to do any discounts, you click on that. So if there's going to be for $300 to $5,000, if they're going to do a discount of $30, you can do it as a percent. So let's say it was a 5%, and I put a 5 in here and click percent, then it'll show as a 5% discount on the order. So remember, that is just for this one vendor. Okay, it is not, so you can do that for each vendor. So when they're having a sale, you have the ability to really promote that vendor, and your other vendors stay the same, and you just change each one individually. So that gives you a basic, a rundown of what's on the back end, and you have access, of course, to that. Or like I said, we can do that. We are set up we've been doing this for years and years and years, and are quite comfortable keeping you up to date. So if you want us to do that, I have people that can do that for us, and I do some of the work, but I'd make sure that your website is the way you want it, and you can just do your sales, and you don't have to worry about the back end of the website other than approving users and taking care of your orders. All the details of running the website and making sure it's up to date, you can leave with us, or you can handle it yourself. So I hope that's given you a quick rundown of what we offer. I think it's a great opportunity for your business to really to shine and to make your website be usable and not have to be dependent on other carriers, on other people to handle your orders, that the orders all come to you and you have complete control. No matter where that order comes from, the order comes through you and you get paid for those orders. And if you're interested in any pricing and that type of thing, please contact us. And you can use that email that's right there, the Sherry at Shop Here Shop There, or Rick at shophereshopthere.com. And great talking to you. Hope you enjoyed our little video. Thanks. Bye.